Hi, today we're looking at how you can create PDF files on automation inside Notion. As you can see in the background, I have got an asset purchase agreement form. So once a user fills in the entire details in this asset purchase agreement and they click on submit, the responses get captured onto the responses view in the particular form database. I've already gone ahead and I have created two different submissions randomly from the particular form, and I'm looking to create an automation setup where I can create the PDF files completely in automation. For this, I'll be using a tool known as PDFOutput, which will help you create PDFs on automation with the help of Google Document and a Notion database. You can use this setup to create anything such as reports, invoices, contracts, certificates, quotations, anything from your database. But let's understand how we can create asset purchase agreement form PDFs. For this, we will click on create PDF and quickly sign in with one of our existing accounts. So once we sign in, I will be able to show you how we can proceed further with the rest of the demonstration. So once you are signed in, you will be asked to add a Notion database. Then you need to add a Google document. And once both the things are added, you can connect the properties of the Notion database onto the document to create the PDFs on automation. So click on the drop down in step 1, click on add Notion database. And now we need to simply add the database title onto the selection screen. So I will just copy the database title from here. And once it is copied, I will just go to the selection screen over here, click on next, and I have two different options. I can go with a default template which will be provided by me. So if you select this, you will be able to create a duplicate copy of a database on your workspace, which is ideal for testing purposes. But we do not want to test anything. We want to use our own database. So click on select pages, the second option, and click on select pages once again. And once this database title is copied, just put the database title inside the search pages field, and you will be able to see your database populate over here. So select the particular form and it gets added. So if you click on the drop down under the private, you will be able to see the asset purchase agreement form being added up over here. Okay. Now my recommendation to you is whenever you are adding a database, always copy the database title and put it inside the search pages so that it correctly adds the database. Do not add the database by selecting these top level pages from here, because if you do that, it will take a while to load the database and your experience will not be smooth. So always add the database by entering the database inside the search pages. Alongside this, if your database is using any relational roller properties and you have multiple other databases connected to this main database, you also need to connect all the databases together. So as an example, if your asset purchase agreement form is connected to, let's say, database A and database B, you also need to add database A and database B over here along with the asset purchase agreement form. If you do that, your PDF generated will have the relation and roller properties visible. Otherwise, your relation and roller properties will not be visible. So this is a very important thing. Make sure to add all the databases through the search pages, even if it contains the relational databases, so that it appears correctly on the PDF files. So let's scroll down and click on allow access. Now this will give access to the asset purchase agreement form. Sometimes your databases will not be visible over here, so what you can do is you can simply reload the database to see the database appear. Okay, you can even refresh the page once or twice and then your database will be correctly visible. So currently my asset purchase agreement form is already visible over here. Click on this and it will automatically load all the properties of the particular database, which I can use for the rest of the steps. So these are the properties of the database that we have over here, which we can use for the mapping section to automate the PDF file. Let's add a Google document. So if you click on add Google document, you have two different options. You can select an existing document. So if you do this, it will allow you to select any existing document which you have on a drive. But we do not have any existing document, so I'm going to add a new document. So click on add demo document and this will create a demo document for our automation step. So if you have an existing document, you can add through an existing document. So let us remove this part which we do not need. And if you closely observe, it has created me all the placeholders inside double curly brackets. So these are the exact placeholders which matches the Notion database properties. So when the PDF file will be created, it will replace the buyer name field with the buyer name value that we have over here. Similarly, it will replace the date field with the date field that we have over here. And then the PDF file will be created replacing all these placeholders. Now, if you see on the right side, we already have all the properties added up over here. Let's say I want to add this recitals property. So I'll just copy this recitals property and I can go to the document anywhere, and I can use Control V or Command V on my keyboard, which is my shortcut key, to copy paste the property onto the document. So this creates a live mapping which you can use later on. Similarly, let's say I want to add the buyer name, click on copy and put it anywhere on the document using Control V or Command V. That is how you can use the mapping section, but I do not need it since all my properties are already mapped. One more thing is I can define the PDF file name from here. So I want to show the PDF file name through the title property. So I will select the title property in this list. So all my PDF files which will be created will be named as per the title property. And if you scroll to the right side of the database, you will find these two additional columns: generate PDF and PDF file. If anything is marked as ready to generate, the PDF file will be created for those specific records, and it will be stored under the PDF file column over here. So make sure to mark the records as ready to generate whichever you want to create as PDF file. So having considered all of these points, let's click on download PDF. And now your PDF file will be downloaded onto your downloads folder, as well as it will be stored in the PDF file column that we see over here. So let us wait for a few seconds as the PDF is getting generated. So you can see the first file is already out, and soon it will be created over here inside the database. So you can see the PDF is already added up over here. You can click on this and then you will be able to see the file with all the mappings intact. So these are the mappings that have been used from the database, and everything is correctly placed. So let's observe for the second one. So you can see the second one is also completed. Let me open up this, and you can see all the fields are correctly mapped. So this created two PDF files quickly with all the mappings from the database correctly placed. Now, a beautiful thing about the tool PDF Output is once everything is correctly set up, click on Setup Motion Automation, and now you do not need to come back to PDF Output ever again and do all these mappings ever again to generate the PDF file. All you need to do is once the user submits a form response from here and it gets added over here, you can simply mark the record as ready to generate. The PDF file will automatically be created for you over here. So this eliminates the need to go juggle between PDF output and the database to create PDF files every time. So once the first automation is ready, just simply click on Setup Motion Automation and just keep on adding records over here and put it to ready to generate to create the PDF files right inside the database. So this is how handy and useful it is, and it is completely hands-free, and it eliminates the need to go to PDF output again and again to create the PDF files. Everything happens real time and it gets stored in the database inside the PDF file column for your use case. I hope this explanation was helpful to you. If you still have questions, use the chat bubble at the bottom of the screen to send me a message. I'll be happy to take up your issues. Or else you can use the contact section at the bottom of the home page, wherein you can send me an email with your issues and I'll be able to take up anything that you might have. You even have an option to book